Tuesday morning. It's really quite early. It's just 7:40-ish, I think, and I'm finally getting to go to a coffee shop. This hasn't worked out with the working schedule. If I get up and usually start work at 6, the coffee shop's not open yet, so I end up just making coffee at home and then I just stay home for the day. But today I got up a little bit later because I have a call a little bit later in the afternoon, so I'm starting a bit later, so that's working out perfectly to get to the coffee shop after it opens. So I'm looking forward to that. Weather is not too hot the last couple of days. It rained quite a lot yesterday. Supposed to rain this morning, but clear up this afternoon. And last night we had a really good dinner with some friends. They took us to a place on Granville Island. I think it was called the Sandbar, and it's a fish place. They basically do fish. They had steak, but they clearly are a fish house, and it was amazing. The food there was so good. I would highly recommend it. I'd go checking it out. We had a dessert there as well, which was like a chocolate pudding mousse thing, which was amazing. It was so good. What did I eat? I had black cod, a miso glazed black cod, and Nicole had a halibut in their like butter citrus sauce, and both were really good. So that restaurant and the decor of that place was really cool. Like they had a lot of like maritime type stuff. They had fish, like big swordfish on the walls and boats everywhere. It was a really neat place and really good food, so go check that out. So I'm just making my way to Roccanini, just down the street here. As you're seeing, I just walked out of the condo, walked down the driveway. I'm now on the sidewalk of Beatty Street, and I go this way, and I just walk up Beatty Street a minute, and I'm at this coffee shop. So, looking forward to my first caffeine fix for the day. Got a couple hours in at that coffee shop. It's a great place to sit and work. Definitely a good change from sitting on the couch all day. That was starting to get a bit old. Hopefully I can get out to the coffee shop a couple more times before we leave, or go venture out to a different one maybe. But I'm heading back now because I have a few calls and then a few more hours to work, and then another call, and then I'm done. And then Nicole and I will probably go out to, yes, you guessed it, another coffee shop and get my afternoon fix. And I think she wants to go to the art gallery tonight. So we will probably be doing that, finding dinner in between somewhere. But I just gotta get up there. My call is starting in like 5 minutes. Oh boy, it's that time of day again. I'm getting excited. It's time for coffee number 2. We're done our workouts. We're done work. I'm done all those calls. And it's time to head to Gastown for a new coffee shop. Hopefully we'll get to a new coffee shop. Hopefully it's not so busy we have to find another place, because I researched this one. So we're going to a specific location. They are a roaster, so I'll probably pick up some beans as well, because I am about to up my pour over game tomorrow morning. I will show you why later. Oh, things have taken a drastic turn for the worse. The coffee shop we were going to was completely packed, and so we're sort of now walking aimlessly, trying to decide what to do, because the other place I wanted to try is down in Chinatown, which is a pretty good walk from here, and the place we need to go back is like the complete opposite direction. So don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we're trying to figure something out. We finally settled on a place. We found a place called Milano Coffee House, I think it was called. It's definitely called Milano. I'm not quite sure what the last part was. And we went in there, and luckily there was a spot for us. It was pretty busy. By the time we left, it got even busier. And I got a pour over, and that was really good, but wasn't what I was expecting. But sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. Everything is not always gonna go to plan, and if you get stuck on that when you're out and about, you're gonna waste your time. So we just shook it off, went in there, enjoyed our little sit down for about an hour, and now we're out looking for food. We have a place in mind, we're heading there. Hopefully the same thing's not gonna happen, but probably won't. We'll be okay. So we're just gonna keep trucking on and get to this restaurant.
I told you not to tempt fate.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have tempted fate, because it looks like I did tempt fate. We got to the restaurant. We were going to a poke restaurant. We wanted to try a new poke restaurant. There's quite a few of them in Vancouver. And this one was called the Poke Stop, I believe. But it was packed. It was really busy. And we're in slight bit of rush because we want to get to the art gallery. And it's getting close to 7. And we were trying to get there for 7:30. So we decided to go to a restaurant next to the poke restaurant, which is a Japanese restaurant. And they had a decent looking menu, like they had a lot of sushi and rolls and whatnot. So we're in there now, or we're in here now, and we've ordered. The menu does look really good. And we're both extremely hungry and can't wait for the food to show up. So when it does, we'll definitely show you. Right, the food has come. That wasn't very long, actually, a couple minutes really, maybe 5 minutes total. It was really fast, thank goodness. So what we got was 2 set meals, like 2 set combos, one with salmon, tuna rolls, maki rolls, and 2 pieces each of salmon and tuna nigiri. And we got another combo of California rolls, which are very different than what we would normally get. There's no cucumber in it, and the crab is shredded. And then again, a couple rows of salmon and tuna maki. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna start with the tuna. Wow. The fish is super fresh. So good. It's got a really nice firm consistency. It's not like that mealy kind of fish you get sometimes where it's not too fresh. The rice is nicely packed. It gives you a good chew. It's really good quality. Good stuff. All right, next up, I'm gonna try the California roll. It is quite different because the crab is shredded and it looks like it's mixed up with some mayo to make like a sort of like a crab salad. And there's a little bit of avocado, but there's no cucumber. And the mayo is a different addition than what we're used to. I might almost like that better. At home we're used to getting it with the imitation crab is still like in its full piece, and there's usually cucumber in there. But I think I like this consistency better. Like the crab salad almost kind of just breaks apart, and then that little bit of avocado just gives it enough flavor. You can get a hint of the avocado flavor without overpowering the crab. That's really good. That's a really good roll. Salmon roll, salmon maki. It's really well rolled. It's really nice and tight. Big piece of fish. They're not skimpy here.
Yeah, not skimpy.
And the rice is packed down really well. So you get a nice sort of like hardish exterior, and then you bite through it into the nice soft fish. I'm really glad we came here instead of the poke bowl place. This is way better and better value. Last piece to try. It's the salmon. It looks really quality. Like the salmon is huge. It's really thick, and it's draped over the rice. Like, look at that. And it's got a nice marbling in it. I'm glad we stumbled upon this place. Did I say that already?
You can't say it enough.
Yeah, I can't say it enough. This place is really good.
But there's one person who knows. Yeah, exactly. I don't know that one. Yeah, I did see that one. There's such a TBS where it's like one person sees that it,
That's really,
and it's
like everything is really fresh.
when I watch
Really good fish. And this place looks like it's been here forever. We were almost kind of sketched out coming in because it was definitely kind of has a bit of a hole in the wall kind of feel, but they know what they're doing here, and that must, their longevity shows that. So it was a really good decision. I think we might come back here. There's a good chance we'll come back here and try some of their special rolls. So we just kind of like went with their more simple sets with the salmon and the tuna and the maki and whatnot. But they have a whole bunch of really awesome sounding rolls that we were looking at after we ordered. But this was really good. So we are really happy with this decision. And we just got to finish up here and get out of here because we're heading to the art gallery. Nicole's just raving about the salmon here. Usually she goes for the tuna, like back home or in Japan or basically everywhere. She'll lean towards the tuna over a salmon. But she's loving the salmon here. And it's like, duh, like BC's known for salmon. Like, what's wrong with you?
Duh.
The company I keep, let me tell you. Wow, that place was so good. I want more, but we're in a rush. We're on our way to the gallery. I'll put the information to that restaurant down in the description box below, so you can go check it out. If you're ever here in Vancouver, highly recommend that sushi restaurant. It was on point. And so now we're going to the gallery. We're a bit behind schedule, so I am sacrificing upping my pour over game for tomorrow because we just don't have time to go pick up what I need to pick up. But we will probably pick that up tomorrow. Well, we will pick that up tomorrow because I need it. And we only have a week and a half here, and I've been waiting over a week for that thing. So I'll show you what that is tomorrow then. But for now, we're just gonna go to the gallery.
The Vancouver Art Gallery is definitely worth a visit if you're in Vancouver. If you can spare a couple of hours, it would be great. The top floor of this gallery is dedicated just to Emily Carr, which is really amazing. Her work is spectacular, and me and Mike were actually reading through her chronology, and I didn't realize that she didn't gain traction in her career until she was in her late 50s. There's still hope for us yet, Michael. The main floor is filled with a lot of Native American artwork, and they had some really beautiful carvings and prints in there, and we spent a good while looking through that floor. And I believe that second and third floor are moving exhibits, and luckily for me, when I came, the second floor was exhibits dedicated to Hong Kong artists. And having a Hong Kong background, it actually had special meaning to me, and it made my visit even more enjoyable. So if you're in Vancouver, I would say that the Vancouver Art Gallery, definitely a must. Japanese art and Native American art. The colors and the style, very pretty.
there's an exhibit here that has totally enthralled Nicole because I have lost her. I don't know, she saw this thing and she beelined for it. And it's in this darkish room and there's this huge wall with a video playing and I don't understand any of it. But oh, here she is.
I got a big bonus when I came to the Vancouver Art Gallery. I came to the second floor and they have a special exhibit dedicated to the trilogy of the Condor. And if you're from Hong Kong or if you were around in the 80s, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. The trilogy of the Condors was a huge phenomenon back then. Actually, I think that the story dates way before the 80s, but in the 80s they created a chapter series, which is like kind of a Chinese soap opera based on the trilogy of the Condor. And when you go into the this exhibit, the first room is just the artist's interpretations of different scenes from the Condor series. But when you get to the back, you know what he's done? He's actually has the whole trilogy or snippets of the trilogy from the 80s running on loop. And I saw it and I was like a fly to light, a moth to light, and oh my god, it brought back so many great childhood memories, and I just was enthralled. And then when I was watching it, I saw a lot of other Chinese people that were about my age, and when they came in and I saw their reaction, they had I can just from their faces I can see that they were reliving their youth. So super fun.
Art galleries aren't usually the first thing I want to go do when I get to a city, but Nicole loves them and she always drags me to them, and inevitably I always enjoy myself and find something that catches my eye, and this place was no exception. The Native American art down on the first floor is really striking. A lot of really cool wood carvings and a few prints, and then the Hong Kong exhibit is really cool. The Condor thing was a little bit weird. This huge wall, sort of like a live mural type of thing, felt like I was on drugs or something. And I feel like he must have been too, but it was actually pretty interesting. And seeing Nicole's reaction and really like loving it and reliving her childhood, and she just kept like tapping me on the shoulder and telling me stuff. She really enjoyed it. So this was a really worthwhile stop for us. She really loved it. I found some things here to like and enjoy, and we both recommend that you think about coming to the art gallery. We made it! We made it! I got what I needed to go pick up for my pour over stuff for tomorrow. So we got out of the art gallery with like just about 9 minutes before the store I had to get to closed, and we got there in just a few minutes. It was just around the corner, luckily. So I can show you this later.